Well, I must admit, that was quite the rollercoaster of a story in my opinion. It's a clear miracle you're still standing after all that.
As unsavory as my actions were, I really don't think I had much of a choice in hindsight. I just couldn't stand the fact that Quake and his band of merry men were about to claim everything I worked so hard to achieve.
Yes, it was quite the dastardly deed you've sown. But my job isn't to condemn you. You're still the one who saved me in that back alley. Who knows how that would have played out had not you swooped in and took care of those vagabonds. Past unsavory deeds aside, you're still my hero for rescuing me when it mattered.
Thank you, Scarlet. That's the first time anyone has ever legitimately called me a hero. It feels strange for some reason. My goal is to leave Almagest tonight and head straight for Avalon in the morning to pay a visit to my father. You're free to tag along, if you'd like.
My word. Is this your way of asking me out on a date? I guess since you rescued me, I don't see the harm in joining. Besides, long-distance trips are far more enjoyable when you have someone else to share the experience with.
So, it's a deal then.
Of course. Also, let me thank you for what you did back there.
Now, that's an excellent show of gratitude if I'd ever seen one.
And so it was after Kliff said his story, said his piece about what led him here, he officially enlisted Scarlet to travel with him all the way to his home country of Avalon, where he decided to let her see this futuristic land for herself. And for the first time looking, it turned out to be far more than anything Kliff could have ever described to her. To her, it was absolutely unreal.
I must say, Kliff, this place is even more futuristic than you described. How can anyone find anything in such a confusing place as this?
Questions I've asked myself the first time I came to Avalon. This country's choice of design is astonishing to say the least. However, this time is different. We won't be the ones running away from danger this time around.
Running away from danger? For what reason?
Looks like they caught on faster than expected.
Well, we've been expecting you, little rat. You've certainly caused us a lot of trouble during your last visit. Don't think for a second that you can escape this time.
That's hilarious. Why would a king's kid run from a mere servant? You should know your place, peasant. Observe.
God.
This here officially marked the beginning of when Kliff used the magical Theopetra he received in Almagest to make his travels here in Avalon much easier than they were the last time. As it seemed, he was able to get away with a lot of things they would never get away with on his own. It was just what the doctor ordered for him.
Goodness. Lorenzo, what have you done? Why have you brought this intruder into our command center?
Long time no see, Simon. Your little protege told me everything about you. He said specifically under hypnosis that you were the one who sent those robots to chase me out of my home country.
It's you, the little rat from before. I should have known. What rights does a mere outsider have thinking he can just waltz in here and bark orders at us?
I'm no outsider. I'm the son of King Lionheart himself. Know your place.
Wait, the Queen was supposed to get rid of you and your mother years ago. This can't be. I must alert the others.
You will be doing no such thing. Scarlet, bind him.
Understood.
Wait, what the god?
Excellent work, Scarlet. Now, this guy is going to tell us everything we need to know under our mind control. Now, what to ask?
Some thinking later.
Alright, Simon. How's the Queen dealing with the death of her son, Quake?
She's gone completely insane. Her only coping mechanism was to put that poor girl through even more painful, inhumane experiments.
What poor girl? What experiments are you talking about?
There's a girl named Arya whom the Queen regards as nothing more than spare parts. I do not know the specific details about Arya. But, the child is treated as a locked-up princess unable to leave the tower. Just like in those fairy tales.
Whoa, that's beyond freaky. What about the king? How is he holding up?
Unfortunately, there isn't much time left for His Majesty. Ever since that public fiasco of him protecting Arya and making that declaration to everyone in front of the Queen about his feelings for Jane Doe, he remained imprisoned as his health continued to deteriorate. Saying that the Queen was beside herself would be an understatement. She even threatened the people that anyone mentioning the name of Jane Doe would be detained and face imprisonment. She has become a ruthless tyrant to say the least.
This Queen has become an absolute monster. It looks like we came here just in time. Where can we find the king?
The king is held on the deepest floor of the castle on the left corridor. The guard standing in front of his cell has the key.
Awesome, that's all the information we needed. Scarlet, feel free to render this man unconscious. We know where we need to head next.
The state we saw King Lionheart in was absolutely mortifying.
And mortifying it was. The duo managed to sneak into the place where they were holding King Lionheart hostage. And then the state of the man when they saw him was absolutely shocking, to say the least. He looked as if he had aged 40 extra years since the time of his imprisonment. They managed to sneak past the guard and visit the king when everyone else left. Talk about security being lax for such a futuristic place.
Please, no more. Just let me be. There's only so much suffering a man can endure.
Wait, Father, it's me, Kliff. I'm both yours and Jane Doe's son.
After all these years, I can't believe it. Is it really you, son?
Yes, it really is. This is like a dream come true.
The Queen had both you and your mother deported before I could do anything. Please, is Jane here with you? There are so many things I need to tell her, it's very important.
I'm so sorry, Father. I'm afraid she didn't make it. Jane was caught by Almagest forces and sentenced to death for trying to escape here. It's just me and my friend Scarlet who made it. Even till her last breath, Jane never gave up and chose to walk beside you, even in the face of her tormentors.
Oh, Kliff. Your mother truly was the only woman for me. I just only wish your brother could have met you before his passing. Quake's goal was to finally expose the Queen's tyranny to the world using his new influence with the princess.
Wait, Quake actually intended to do all that?
He also wanted to head to Almagest in hopes of searching for his long-lost half-brother and then rescue Arya from the Queen's clutches.
All this time, I should have known. This Queen made us all suffer, not just my mother and I. Ever since we arrived here, I've been hearing the name Arya quite frequently. Please tell me, who is she?
It's quite unusual, but she actually serves as your younger sister. The Crusader blood that runs in both you and Arya's veins are the same. However, the Queen clearly didn't see her that way. Not even in the slightest.
No. It's all wrong. The light power from your crest is supposed to be far stronger than that. Take it from the top again.
If I may interject, Your Majesty, we've been at this since the crack of dawn. Even my power has its limits.
Inexcusable. With Quake no longer here, you're supposed to be another exemplary model for House Lionheart. Not even the slightest hint of weakness is supposed to be shown in you. You're free to rest once your technique is proven flawless.
Yes, Your Highness, it shall be done.
My goodness. I must say, watching your repeated failures is rather exhausting. I'll be stepping out for some tea. Don't stop training while I'm gone.
This is beyond tiresome. Brother, where are you? When will you be back?
Good morning, Arya. Your training seems to be going along quite well. You're definitely making us proud.
Thank you, Father. That means so much coming from you. I'm glad both you and Quake see my worth.
Of course. Why wouldn't we? No matter how much of a perfectionist the Queen wants you to be, the fact remains that we're only human, not machines.
Tell me, Father, why won't the Queen let me call her my mother? Is she ashamed of me?
No, Arya. That's not it at all. The Queen just has a unique perspective on life is all. Sometimes, I often wonder that very question myself. But, hey, it's nothing to get so worked up about. Just know that you have both a father and brother who love you dearly.
Thank you, Father. You certainly know the right things to say whenever I'm feeling down.
It's what I do, sweetie. It's what I do. It appears your mother wants me for something. I'll go see what's going on. Wish me luck.
Of course, Father, and thanks again.
That's enough, Harold. When will you stop playing make-believe with that creature? She isn't your daughter. Arya is nothing more than a test subject created by our scientists. Quite frankly, the doting is getting quite annoying to look at. You're only embarrassing yourself.
It never fails, does it, Joyce? Any affection I show another woman automatically disturbs your demons. The only thing that's really annoying is both you and your voice. Your petty jealousy is your biggest drawback when it comes to relationships. I'm through with you. You can try 1,000,000 times over. Jane Doe will still be a far better woman than a spoiled, little daddy's girl like you who's incapable of loving anyone else but herself.
How dare you! In front of all these people. You brute! You savage! How dare you strike me?
Enough with the crocodile tears. You had that coming for years. I was then detained by a bunch of large men in suits and sentenced to rot here indefinitely. My goodness. The Queen is on dust.
It's Simon. He must have come out of hypnosis. I knew we should have taken more extreme measures with him.
I'm sorry to interrupt, Kliff. But nearby guards are coming this way. We can't afford to stay another minute here.
You're absolutely right, Scarlet. We should take the king with us as well.
I'm afraid not, son. I really don't have much time left. But there is someone else whom you should save.
It's Arya, isn't it? Tell me, where and how can I access her chamber?
There's a password to unlock the door. It's Goldlian 777. Behind that chamber will explain everything. After you save her, please try to live happy, peaceful lives that won't lead to you being bound to a crazy, power-hungry spouse.
Of course, Father. Thank you for everything.
Hold it right there.
Quickly, you both must hurry.
When Simon awoke, he was beyond infuriated. That's when he sent dozens upon dozens of troops and soldiers to come raid the area. As the duo, Kliff and Scarlet, started running, trying to make their exit. They were chased relentlessly by armed soldiers and police guards. Anything you could think of as they tried to run forward. Right when it seemed as if they were about to reach a dead end, that's when Scarlet used her warping abilities to warp them to their next destination, which was the Queen. Kliff was filled with all sorts of anger, sadness, and regret. It's just a whole bunch of mixed emotions. But everything had to be settled right when he fought against the Queen. And this was the time.